Hey kids worship team, this is Johnny from New Day, and I wanted to take a moment to explain to you some ways that you can lead kids through the song Gratitude in kids worship in our environment. Now, this is a great song for kids to sing, and honestly, I don't really understand all the reasons why, but kids love singing this song. I've heard kids sing this song way louder than any other songs we sing. You would think that kids really love all of the fun songs, the upbeat stuff, and clapping along and screaming and that kind of stuff. This is not that kind of song, but kids really sing it and they really love it. And it shows us something about worship, that worship isn't always about the hype, it's not always about the fun. Sometimes worship is about having a heart-to-heart with God. And kids love this song for some reason, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Now, when we get into this song, there's not really a whole lot I have to say about the motions and stuff of it, because a lot of it is really obvious, honestly. It goes along with the lyrics of the song. I would just say, at the very beginning of the song, in the intro, just say, guys, this is a song where we can give our thanksgiving and our gratitude to God. Would you sing this with me? And then you can start singing the verses. Now, when you get to the chorus, the motion is really obvious. We're going to throw our hands in the air, absolutely. So I throw up my hands. And this is also a great song for you to have worship leader moments. Say, sing it. Sing, I throw up my hands. Lead them into the song. Let them know what's coming next. Because another thing about the song is everybody does it in a little bit of a different order. So it is really valuable in this song to remind them the order of what's coming in. Now, when we get into verse 3, which is, I can't remember the lyrics of it off the top of my head, but I know that it ends with my arms stretched wide, I will worship you. That's another great opportunity. You're going to stand like this with your arms stretched wide to show them, hey, this is a great thing for us to show God. And they will, if you say, with my arms stretched wide, if you do that, I promise you, they are going to do it with you. If they're in it and they're paying attention, they're going to go, yeah, let's stretch our arms out wide. And then you're going to go, throw up our hands together. And remind them throughout the song, by the way, that they should throw up their hands together. It's not going to be immediately obvious to everybody that we're going to do what's in the song lyrics. You want to say before the chorus ever comes, let's raise our hands together. That way they know what's coming and they know they're going to raise their hands together. Now, one thing I like to do in this song is in the bridge, right before the bridge in that little interlude section, I like to remind them, all right, guys, we're going to start the bridge by singing really quietly, and then we're going to get louder and louder every time. And so we'll start with, so come on, my soul, oh, don't you get shy on me. We'll sing really quiet. And then in the second bridge, I'll kind of start to sing out a little bit more. I'll go, come on, my soul, oh, don't you get shy on me. And then when we get to the last one, I tell them, let the lion out. And I tell you what, when you say let the lion out, some of these kids go nuts, all right? But it's a great time for them to be able to sing loud their praises to God. And they'll say, come on, my soul, oh, don't you get shy on me. And it's so fun to sing with them. Now, after that bridge and after we sing lion inside of those lungs, get up and praise the Lord, there's an interlude section there. And everybody does something a little bit different with the interlude section. Some people like to do the same little ad-lib that Brandon Lake does. I can kind of give or take that. I'm not really in love with doing that. Something that I do like to do in that interlude section is just say, let's keep that volume and that energy going and let's sing our gratitude to God. And sometimes I even throw in a little, let's sing so loud your parents can hear it in the other room. But you don't have to necessarily do that. The way that I like to do this part musically is a half instrumental. So it's just the 4 chords and only looped once, not done twice, but only done once. And it feels a little bit unnatural the first time you play it because we're so used to hearing it as a single instrumental instead of a half instrumental. But I think you'll like the feel once you get to play it a couple times. Now, other people, especially if you're doing a breakdown in this section, they will just go straight into the breakdown here with no interlude. And I think that's also a really good choice. You've really got a lot of options with this interlude, and I would say do whatever works best for you and best for the band. And obviously when we get into the last chorus, let's raise our hands, sing as loud as we can. Now, one thing I do want to say about this song is that as a little bit of a side road, it's not necessarily about just this song, but about a lot of our songs, is a note about handling distractions. A lot of times we have distractions in worship, especially if we're asking kids to sing loud. Sometimes we have kids that sing really loud and really off pitch or whatever it is. It's okay for there to be distractions in the room, all right? You can let it be a little bit. And I always like to say, if you've won 40% of the kids in the room, you've won. So I think sometimes we get really OCD about, I want every kid in it, and if not every kid is in it, then we feel disappointed. If you can get 40%, you're doing pretty good, actually, believe it or not. Even at camp, usually I only get about 65% of the kids engaged in worship. There's always those kids that are always going to stand in the back like this. But sometimes those kids are learning more than you realize that they are learning, and they're really soaking in the song, and they are thanking God privately in their hearts there. Now, when distractions do happen in worship, you got to stay on it and stay focused. You can't be distracted by the guy in the back who's going, or the kids who aren't singing, or the kids who are just staring at you like this, because sometimes they do that. As an example, and this is not just for kids worship, but this is for all worship. And adult worship, we have had our handful of distractions a couple of times. The other day on Thursday, I did a memorial service. I played piano and sang I Could Only Imagine. And the man's son was present, and he was on the front row, and I don't think he was sober, we'll just say. And in the middle of me singing, he goes, "I love you, Dad!" And it was kind of shocking to me, obviously. Now, thankfully, I knew he was there. I had seen him do that already to another person who was on the platform, so I wasn't too surprised by it. But as an example of something that I had to truck through while leading worship. And sometimes, especially in kids worship, we've got distractions that we got to just chuck on through, all right? It's a good exercise in mental toughness. It'll prepare you for life, and it'll prepare you for worship leading and live music. Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope kids worship goes awesome this weekend, and I hope kids love giving their gratitude and their thanksgiving to God with you leading them in worship. Thank you.